home twice. I've been homeless and lived in the car for 3 years. I'm finna tell you what I know. This ain't no fancy rich boy answer, no theories, no. You ain't got to buy no program to do this. You ain't got to go sign up. I'm telling you right now, what I'm finna tell you, if you apply it right now, can change your existence. Because everybody I know want to be happy. Everybody I know want to be successful. If you don't want them two things, there's something wrong with you anyway. So now here, there is a scripture that I'm going to give you. It's a very small scripture. It's very short. I don't even know where it is in the Bible. Somebody probably know it if I say it, but I'm going to give it to you. This scripture changed my life. You have not because you ask not. You have any idea how major those words are for you? You have not because you ask not. It's such a simple scripture, but it's in your Bible. It ain't just in rich people's Bible. It's in the same copy you got. You have not because you ask not. This is the truest statement you'll hear me say today. Because it's true. Most people don't have the life of their dreams because you don't ask God for the life of your dreams. You've been trying to figure it out and handle it yourself. Well, how that's working out for you? You know how hard that is to do, man? Because I did it. I did it for 30-some years. I tried to figure it out myself. Man, all the simple scripture says, you have not because you ask not. If you up your ask, he automatically ups his give. You his child. God created you. He made you. You ain't just here by no accident. You ain't here because of your mama and daddy. Where your mama and daddy come from? Somebody started this whole thing. God created you. He gave you these little simple things you can do. You have not because you ask. Second reason people don't have what they want and be pleased. They don't have it written down. This is a very, very important piece to success. It's the principle of success. Every wealthy person knows this. I don't know nobody wealthy don't have a vision board. I don't know nobody wealthy don't have their stuff written on a piece of paper. I don't know nobody. I know a lot of people doing good. We have discussed it at great lengths. They showed me some of their vision boards that I had to go back and change mine. I went, whoa. But you got to have a vision board that's got to be written down. You know why? Because that's a scripture too. Habakkuk 2:2. Go, I know where this one is. Habakkuk 2:2. Go home and read that. It says, write the vision and make it plain so that he who reads it will run to it. And even though it tarries, that means take a long time, wait for it. For surely it will come at an appointed time. Man, I'm telling you real now. What I'm telling you works. This ain't no magic trick. If you up your ask and you write everything you want from God on a piece of paper, now here's the exercise I want you to do. This gonna trip you out. Write everything you want from God on a piece of paper. Be as detailed as you can. Write it down. The object for you is to write down 300 things. Because I know 300 things that you could.
What's going on, family? Welcome to Coffee and Crypto, guys. This is our 115th episode. We are literally 1 minute past the hour, and I'm super, super excited. I'm full of energy right now because this week has been explosive for me. All right, it's been extremely explosive. I'm hoping that you're having an explosive week as well. Guys, do me a favor and let's go drop this link to as many people as you possibly can. Group chats, family group chats, let somebody know, because today's call, I know I say it all the time, but today's call is absolutely epic. It is extremely important. We are 2 days away from FedNow launching its initial platform, and everybody needs to know what is going on. Guys, today will be one of those calls. Go ahead and blow this up. Listen to this motivation from Steve Harvey for the next few minutes, and we will get started with our 115th episode. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. And listen, if you're brand new, get those coffee emojis ready because we use them a whole lot on the call. Welcome, and let's get this money.
Use. It's going to be hard for you. When you get to number 75, you're going to get stuck because your mind isn't conditioned to think way out there. So you're going to try to stay in your little list. But I want you to just open up your imagination. If you could have anything you wanted, put it on a piece of paper. Anything. How many cars? What kind of car? What color? Where you want your next house to be? Do you want a summer home? Where you want to travel to? How much you want in the bank? How much would you like to have to retire? What you want to leave for your grandkids? How much would you like to give all your siblings? Would you like to one day walk in there and just give all your family a check? Put everything you want on a piece of paper. Do not stop until you have 300 things. It's going to take you a while. I'm telling you, when you get to 75, your brain going to lock up. But keep writing it down. But every morning, read your list. I don't want you watching TV at night. I want you to read your list. Number 6, take 5 minutes and read your list every night, every morning. 1 year from today, wait 1 year from today, and take a pen out and go down on your list and check off anything that has happened for you that's on that list. Listen to me. If you do that in faith, if you read your list with the expectation that God is going to do some great things for you, at the end of 1 year, you will be stunned, absolutely stunned at how much stuff comes off that list. I promise you, at least 30 things will be off that list. At minimum, 10% of your list will come true. You know how I know? Because I know a lot of people that can do it. But you know how I really know? Because I did. When I open up my phone, I wish I had it. My phone is my vision board. My phone ain't got a picture, no damn dog on it, no sunset, none of that. All of my computers have my vision board on it. Every iPad, tablet I got, laptop. When I put it, I have my vision board on it. Because that's the signal I'm sending to God that I believe this is what you're going to do. I take stuff, I got to get a new vision board now because it's a lot of stuff off that vision board that I put on there a year ago or 2 years ago that became true. I'm telling you, y'all, this how this works. You have not because you ask not, and write the vision and make it plain. You do them 2 things starting today. Write your list, read it every morning, every night. 1 year, check it off. You'll be stunned. I dare you to try that. Watch and see what God do. God keep all his promises. I'm just telling you. Thank God.
Yes, sir. God keeps all his promises. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto, where, listen, I really believe that the work we're doing right now is super spiritual. I believe that the work we're doing right now is revolutionary, and I do believe that it's of God. All right, I do believe that what we're doing is of God. It's of all positive energy. Welcome to our 115th episode. Listen, if you are new, all right, if you guys are new to this call right now, just go ahead and drop some love in the chat box. All right, go ahead and drop some coffee love in the chat box. How about that? All right, and shout out to everybody that's live on our YouTube right now and that's listening on other platforms. Make sure you also stay engaged. Use that comment, use that section where you can comment, guys, and let's stay plugged in together. Welcome to this amazing call. Can you guys hear me right now? I just want to make sure. I don't see nobody. Okay, Corey dropped the coffee emoji. I guess y'all must be feeling a little tired today. Well, hopefully my energy will boost you up, because today is one of those calls. So I appreciate each and every single person. All right. And guys, when I ask you to engage, let's go ahead and engage. Let's get engaged on the call. Let's not play games with our future. Remember that life is energy and energy is life. And if you want me to give you energy, I need some energy. Just like Big Crit said, I need your energy, right? I need your energy. I need it. You know what I mean? I need your energy. And with that being said, let's go. I shouldn't have to ask you for your energy. You should come to this call ready to give it, because I give the energy, right? Energy is an exchange. Let me turn you up right quick. You know what I mean? Let me turn you up. They say, turn me up, YC. Look, I think that my drop is going to be turn me up, VO, right? Let's get some energy rolling on this call right now. Y'all didn't come here for no reason. You came here because you know what's about to go down. Yep. This is the 115th episode. If you're live on YouTube right now, make sure you smash that subscribe button. I've looked at the algorithm. All right. And it is crazy. 80% of my viewers are not even subscribed to our channel. So if you see this right now, it's so free to just click that little subscribe button. It's so free to hit that little notification bell. And let me tell you what's even more free. It's even more free to press that little thumbs up button. That way somebody else will catch on to this information, because the more likes we have, the more comments we have, the more YouTube will show this content to the people. I truly believe that we have the greatest morning show in the world, not just for cryptocurrencies, because that's not what this is about. Coffee and Crypto is about world events. It's about digital assets, and it's about entrepreneurship. It's about leadership, right? I'm leading this ship here. Been an entrepreneur for 5 years. I'm a full-time digital asset investor, guys, and I love studying, right? I love studying world events, and today's episode will be no different. Guys, light me up and turn me up one more time in the comments all around the world, because today is one of those days. Oh, let's get it. So with that being said, welcome to Coffee and Crypto, the greatest morning show for cryptocurrency on the entire planet, guys. Yesterday, before we even get into it, I want to talk about yesterday, right? Y'all wasn't with me, so I got to talk about my day yesterday. Okay, I got to share some stuff. I got value to share today. If y'all got time, drop some coffee. All right, drop some coffee. Let me make sure I'm completely set up. Yesterday, I went to this event for the Atlanta Black Chamber of Commerce, ABC, focused on Black businesses and keeping the money flowing within minority and Black-owned businesses in the Atlanta area. I recommend that if you're not a member, I'm a member of the ABC, okay? If you're not a member of the Atlanta Black Chamber and you are a minority, I would highly recommend that you go ahead and become a member, okay? Go ahead and if you need help, go ahead and reach out to me and I'll show you how you can become a member of that. It is 100% worth it. Y'all know I don't even endorse a lot of stuff on this show. I'm very cautious. But after yesterday, it was amazing. Guys, I was with the mayor of Atlanta yesterday, all right? Andre Dickens, who's a Black man, okay? This guy is a Black man, graduated from Georgia Tech, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. So that means he is super plugged in this city. Now, the reason why it was super important yesterday is because yesterday was the very first day that they did like a man's, because this month is Men's Month as well. A lot of people didn't know it because it's LGBTQ, you know, there's also a lot of stuff going on this month. So maybe you didn't know it was National Men's Month. So let me shout out to the men, all right, in the world, because we also have a month and they don't really highlight it a whole lot. Yesterday, 2 or 3 of our people, a part of our chapter, was inducted into the Titan 100. And I had the opportunity to meet a couple of multimillionaires yesterday and shake hands. I left that event and I went to another event, which was thrown by a couple of companies. But it was a panel and it was over policy and regulation in the Georgia area, guys. I don't even know if you all knew, because I wasn't even aware, because we don't talk a whole lot about Bitcoin mining on this show. But Georgia is actually leading the way right now in mining of Bitcoin. Georgia, Texas, Georgia is one of those states. But the crazy part is a guy named Corey Henry, who's actually on the call right now. Corey is huge in this space, especially in regulation here. And I've known Corey for a while, but we got to meet in person. So I want to say welcome, Corey. Can everybody drop welcome, Corey? All right. And Corey is C-O-R-Y, just so y'all make sure you spell it right. Welcome, Corey. Okay. I want to make sure I welcome Corey to the call. The reason I wanted to highlight Corey was because Corey is someone that I will be working with. I will be partnering with, working with. He has a metaverse that is absolutely incredible, that, you know, we'll get him here on the interview so he can talk about the amazing things that's happening in the world. And so hearing Corey's talk yesterday, I found out that the last time that the state of Georgia defined anything with this space, they defined, I believe, what a digital asset was, right? And it was just really incredible to hear because that's the last time. So how is Atlanta a leading hub for fintech, right? How is it a leading hub for fintech? BlackRock is here. There's huge companies that's here right now. We're a leading hub for fintech. The Federal Reserve is in Atlanta. They have a huge facility building in Atlanta. But how do we only have our only regulation, only clarity in the state of Georgia is from 2014? Absolutely insane. It's actually embarrassing. And so we took that embarrassment yesterday and we made something that I'm extremely proud of. And we've taken our first step here in Georgia to start regulating, to start that conversation of proper regulation, to get back to Mayor Dickens' office, to get over there to Governor Kemp's office. And I'm just really excited to be a part of a thriving community, to be a chance to be a part of history, guys. So I just want you to understand that if you're in a state and you want to see something to happen, you need to find out what type of events are going on right now, what type of centers. Like in Atlanta, we have a blockchain center, right? The Atlanta Blockchain Center is here in Atlanta, founded by a gentleman from Miami who came here and was like, I'm tired of it. Black man, right? So we're talking about minority representation in the city of Atlanta. This city, it has so much potential. All right. And I just wanted to really just highlight how my day went and why I'm so excited, why I have so much energy for today's call. Because remember, life is energy and energy is life. And yesterday, life was life in family. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this bullish content because we do have a lot to share. But I wanted to give Corey his flowers while he's here. I also wanted to talk about the astounding day we had. And with that being said, let's dive in today. First thing we got to talk about is the Brexit party. I know you're probably like, why are you talking about the Brexit party? That has nothing to do. That's not Democrat, Republican. That's across. Remember, world events. And I want to show you all how this is truly shaping around the world to be a monument. This is about to be a behemoth of an industry. It's already a behemoth, but it's about to get bigger. And also, I want to show this because I want you to see how corrupt and how much control a central bank digital currency could truly have over all of our lives, especially someone like me who shows up every Tuesday and Thursday. I literally put it all on the line. My mom talks about it. My grandparents talk about it. I put it all on the line. They could cancel me at any moment. If I get too big, I too could be canceled, but we're going for it. So let's get it.
Thank you very much. So this is it, the final chapter, the end of the road, a 47-year political experiment that the British, frankly, have never been very happy with. My mother and father signed up to a common market, not to a political union, not to flags, anthems, presidents, and now you even want your own army. For me, it's been 27 years of campaigning and over 20 years here in this parliament. I'm not particularly happy with the agreement we're being asked to vote on tonight, but Boris has been remarkably bold in the last few months.
So you don't know who Boris is. Boris was the Prime Minister of the UK, and he actually he was kicked off. He either left, kicked off, I don't remember, but either way, he's not there no more. He ended in 2022. Okay, so this is an older video. Okay, but I'm going to bring you up to speed. Remember, as an investor, you have to first look at the past to predict the future. This is the past.
And Ms. von der Leyen, he's made it clear, he's promised us there'll be no level playing field. Yeah. And on that basis, I wish him every success in the next round of negotiations. I really do. But the most significant point is this. What happens at 11 p.m. this Friday, the 31st of January, 2020, marks the point of no return. Once we've left,
We are never coming back, and the rest, frankly, is detail. We're going, we will be gone. And that should be the summit of my own political ambitions. I walked in here, as I've said before, you all thought it was terribly funny. You stopped laughing in 2016. But my view has changed of Europe since I joined. In 2005, I saw the constitution that had been drafted by Giscard and others. I saw it rejected by the French in a referendum. I saw it rejected by the Dutch in a referendum. And I saw you in these institutions ignore them, bring it back as the Lisbon Treaty, and boast you could ram it through without there being referendums. Well, the Irish did have a vote and did say no and were forced to vote again. You're very good at making people vote again, but what we've proved is the British are too big to bully, thank goodness. So I became an outright opponent of the entire European project. I want Brexit to start a debate across the rest of Europe. What do we want from Europe? If we want trade, friendship, cooperation, reciprocity, we don't need a European Commission. We don't need a European Court. We don't need these institutions and all of this power. And I can promise you, both in UKIP and indeed in the Brexit Party, we love Europe. We just hate the European Union. It's as simple as that. So I'm hoping this begins the end.
So the European Union, now, the European Union, okay, we know what that is, right? And we'll cover a little bit of it today, talking about the Central Bank of Europe and stuff like that, right? But also, we have a union here in the US. We don't call them the US Union, but that union, they're causing a lot of havoc, right? That US Union is the SEC, the CFTC, just all of these entities, right, that are put together. And so, you know, this guy right here is a true real day martyr, right? I mean, he is literally fighting against the European Union. He's been doing it for years. I'm going to show you what happened to him here in a second. Pay attention.
Of this project. It's a bad project. It isn't just undemocratic, it's anti-democratic, and it puts in that front row. It gives people power without accountability. People who cannot be held to account by the electorate. And that is an unacceptable structure. Indeed, there's an historic battle going on now across the West, in Europe, America, and elsewhere. It is globalism against populism. And you may loathe populism, but I tell you a funny thing, it's becoming very popular. And it has great benefits. No more financial contributions, no more European Court of Justice, no more common fisheries policy, no more being talked down to, no more being bullied, no more Guy Verhofstadt. I mean, what's not to like? I know you're going to miss us. I know you want to ban our national flags, but we're going to wave you goodbye. I look forward in the future to working with you as sovereign.
If you disobey the rules, you get cut off. Could we please remove the flags?
Yo, they straight gang banged on them, didn't they? They was up there banging. My sister couldn't even get out the seat. She was up there like, hey, hold on. They had the flags. They was flagging out here, y'all. You know what I mean? So let's talk about it. Nigel Farage, okay, is the leader of the Brexit Party. All right, from 2019 to 2021. He was a member of the European Parliament from 1999 until 2020. He was the host of the Nigel Farage Show. Maybe you guys have heard of him before, right? But this guy was a huge politician out. Okay, now check this out. This just came out today or yesterday. I want y'all to see, after all these years, what they've done to him. And this is the power that they have through digital currencies that are not decentralized, but that are going to be centralized like central bank digital currencies.
Hello there. Now, you would think in the light of this, but I'd be pretty happy. I mean, you know, News Presenter of the Year, the Trick Awards was pretty cool, and a massive thanks to all of those people out there that voted for me. The establishment were, of course, appalled because they, in their little London bubble, think that I'm incredibly unpopular. Well, in Notting Hill, I might be, maybe not quite so, in the rest of the country. But actually, truth is, I'm not full of the joys of spring. I've been living with something for the last couple of months that may well fundamentally affect my future career going on from here, and whether I can even stay living in this country. I have been with the same banking group since 1980. I've had my personal accounts with them since that date, and my business accounts right through the 1990s, when I worked in the City of London, and in recent years too. I'm with one of the subsidiaries of this big banking group, one with a very prestigious name, but I won't name them just yet. I got a phone call a couple of months ago to say, we are closing your accounts. I asked why. No reason was given. I was told a letter would come, which would explain everything. The letter came through and simply said, we are closing your accounts. We want to finish it all by a date, which is around about now. I didn't quite know what to make of it. I complained. I emailed the chairman. A lackey phoned me to say that it was a commercial decision, which I have to say, I don't believe for a single moment. So I thought, well, there we are. I'll have to go and find a different bank. I've been to 7 banks, actually. Asked them all, could I have a personal and a business account? And the answer has been no in every single case. There is nothing irregular or unusual about what I do. The payments that go in and come out every month are pretty much the same. I maintain in my business account quite a big positive cash balance, which I guess with interest rates where they are, is pretty good for the bank too. So why is this happening to me? Well, one explanation is this. A few years ago, the European Union came up with a definition of somebody called a PEP, a politically exposed person. Now, this could range from anybody from a prime minister down to a local councillor. I think the reason for it was...
So a PEP, a politically exposed person. Do you understand that with them coming up with this out of nowhere, anybody that speaks out about CBDCs, anybody that speaks out about the agenda, right? You will be pepped, right? You thought we thought Pepe was a joke. They out here Pepeing people in real life. Check it out.
You know, were people in politics open to bribery? Could foreign governments from Ukraine or China or wherever else it may be, could they be pumping money into the accounts of corrupt politicians? So I kind of understand that and get that. But it's all about interpretation, isn't it? And what the banks argue is that to maintain an account for a politically exposed person gives them increased costs of compliance. Now, I have spoken to the city minister in this country, and there is some hope that this EU definition, which came into British law, may be moderated in some way. We'll have to see. But of course, any bank, any organization can choose to interpret a PEP, or whether they want the account in any way they choose. To my knowledge, I don't think anybody has been treated like me in the world of politics. But then the banks, you see, themselves are part of the big corporate structures in this country. These are the organizations who did not want Brexit to happen. And I think in my case, probably the corporate world will never, ever forgive me.
All right, so I'm going to stop it there because there's like 3 more minutes, but I'm conscious of time and how much I have to show here. I want to also give a special shout out to someone that's live on the Zoom right now. Guys, listen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is crazy. I didn't even tell y'all, yes, I met one of the last Tuskegee Airmen, and y'all know as a Tuskegee man, this is important. Can we just go ahead and say welcome to Mr. John Harley? Mr. John Harley is live on the Zoom right now. I literally checked the people, and we got Mr. John Harley on the line right now. This is one of the original Tuskegee Airmen. I'm talking about one of the OGs, and I can finally say he's one of my friends, right? Mr. Harley is a friend of mine. We have a lot to share, a lot of stories, you know what I mean? So, hey, I just wanted to let y'all know that yesterday was a very overwhelming time for me. So much happened in yesterday. I feel like I grew so much yesterday. And I just wanted to also share that with you all to let you know that Coffee and Crypto is headed. All right, we're headed somewhere. Okay. Now let's talk about it. This is why Bitcoin is important, right? A store of value. This is why digital asset ownership is important, because decentralization is not what they want. That's why they push against it, right? Understand, first they resisted, right? That's the first step. First they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it. We're going through regulation right now, and then they join it. Mass adoption is up next. It happens in any major shift in the world. Any new technology, it always goes through this, family. Artificial intelligence will go through this. Everything will go through this same exact framework. Now, we've watched this entire formation. And so now we have to go over to the European Central Bank and talk about the digital euro, right? Because they're working on a national central bank of the euro area to investigate whether a digital currency is necessary, a digital euro. It could be a central bank digital currency, an electronic equivalent to cash. They're literally talking about that right now. Listen, this does not lower the playing field. Remember, he talked about how the UK and British and the European Parliament, they do not want the playing field to be evened out. That is what blockchain technology will do, larger than just a financial situation. All right, let's continue to push forward. Yesterday, literally on the 28th, this came out right here. Regulation of the European Parliament and of the and of the Council on the establishment of the digital euro. This came out yesterday. When documents like this come from the European Commission and they're about to, listen, I told y'all, first they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. They bring all their big buddies in from Wall Street and every other street all around the world. And all of these institutions come together. All of these large hedge funds come together. Now that BlackRock is in the mix, now that Fidelity is in the mix, now that all of these large institutions and venture capitalist funders are in the mix, and they're about, listen, the next step, regulation, compliance, they feel comfortable. They can get the tax benefits that they want. They can get the write-offs that they want. They can get what they want. They can get it positioned to the way that they need it to be positioned. And then the trillions of dollars comes flowing in. Vincent, how do you know? I'm happy you asked. I'm going to show you here in a second, but continue to pay attention. Today, which was yesterday, or actually today, excuse me, this came out on June 29th at 12:20 a.m. Some of us were asleep. Today, Coinbase filed our answer and notice of intent to file a motion to dismiss the SEC government's case against us. It begins. This is the chief legal officer, Paul Grewal of Coinbase. Okay, I went and I pulled up, I pulled up the Coinbase document. All right, I pulled up the Coinbase document, and this is the actual document here. Okay, it's 177 pages. I didn't have time to read it all. Okay. However, I will provide this for you guys inside of our Discord, but also I want you all to have this document. So I'm going to drop it right here in Zoom. If you're on YouTube, make sure you reach out to me so you can get access to our Zoom channel, because I do drop links through Zoom from time to time. This is our more, intimate community where I get to really spend time with you all. I am super excited about this, but this is their Coinbase's answer to the plaintiff's complaint. So Coinbase is a legal company in the US, right? How do we know? Because if we go down and we scroll, they have a lot of examples, but one of the things right here, Coinbase welcomes regulation. Since its inception, Coinbase has sought to comply with all applicable laws and regulations and to work cooperatively with the U.S. regulators of all kinds. It has operated for many years under a BIT license from New York's Department of Financial Services and a money transmitter licenses issued by 45 states. Coinbase has been assessed to the SEC's assertion of some authority in the digital asset space. When the SEC first began suggesting that some crypto assets might be investment contracts and therefore securities under the Howey test, Coinbase adopted an internal asset review process to guard against the risk that assets is listed might trip the SEC's conception of an investment contract. I want you to understand that Coinbase is not going anywhere. Circle is not going anywhere. That's USDC, the stable coin. That's why we tell you to not focus on Tether, but to focus on Circle, because Circle is connected to BlackRock. BlackRock is connected to Coinbase. This all works interoperable, okay? They are not going to get rid of Coinbase. This lawsuit will be dropped. You heard it here first. It will be dropped because BlackRock is the most powerful in the world. The largest asset manager, $10 trillion worth of assets managed. They are not going to allow this to happen. Thank you for my coffee. All right. Now, this is the former SEC chairman, Jay Clayton, describing the new and deeply un-American ethos of the SEC government under Gary Gensler. Nobody likes Gary Gensler right now in the government. He's that kid that nobody choose for a basketball game, right? He's the kid that's an outcast, right? He's an outlier in this situation. Pay attention.
Let's take this to a very high level on the regulatory side. What you're hearing from the leaders of the regulatory organization is if we're not losing cases, if we're not being pushed back on by the courts, we're not doing enough. Think about that for a second. That is a fundamental shift in how we as Americans view the role of the government. I don't want to be in a place where I know the government is going to bring cases they think they're going to lose. Imagine you're the person who is the subject of that case. Now we're talking about corporations.
Yeah, to see if they can, and if they're not stopped, they're going to, yeah.
Right, but this is an ethos now, which is unless we're losing, we're not bringing enough cases. That may be fine for private litigants against each other and think about it. But when you have the power of the state, and you're supposed to only bring cases and only make rules that you think are going to pass judicial muster.
Wow. So basically, the SEC is suing Ripple right now. They're suing Coinbase and Binance. I believe Binance might have been dropped. It's on the way to being dropped, or it's already been dropped. However, those were the two latest allegations, including Ripple. All right. Now, understand something. They're suing Coinbase. Coinbase is publicly traded. All right. Coinbase is a publicly traded company, and they're suing it. They're bringing cases and embarrassing the litigation system in the United States. They are embarrassing. Gary Gensler is an embarrassment to the entire country, right? And other countries are laughing at us. Gary Gensler literally said in an interview, all right, he said that sometimes you got to bring cases to light. Sometimes you got to be willing to lose in court. They're about to lose this Ripple case. They're about to lose this Coinbase case. And then everything will be switched around. The Howey test will be a test to expose securities. And then you'll have something, maybe the Ripple test, right? I don't know what they'll call it. Maybe the Gary Gensler test. I don't know. But there'll be some tests that will decide what is a digital asset, what is a security, what is a commodity. You have a commodities test. You have a securities test. Where is our digital assets test? It is on the way, and it's happening right before your eyes. The Fed, another topic. The Fed has been helping too big to fail banks become bigger. We talked about this before as we saw Signature Valley Bank close, as we saw Signature Bank close, as we saw all of these other small regional banks start to go illiquid and start to crash, okay, and be bought out by larger banks. Okay, this came out on May 2nd of 2023. This is from Bloomberg. I want y'all to pay attention to something. The Fed has been bailing out, okay, these banks. As of yesterday, June 28th, the Federal Reserve Board released results of their annual bank stress test, which demonstrates that large banks are well positioned to weather to weather a severe recession and continue to lend to households and businesses even during a severe recession. This came out yesterday. It says today, this is from Michael Barr. Today's results confirm that the banking system remains strong and resilient. Remember that Michael Barr sits on the board of Ripple as well. Okay. At the same time, this stress test is only one way to measure that strength. We should remain humble about how risk can arise and continue our work to ensure that banks are resilient to range of economic scenarios, market shocks, and other stressors. The board stress test is one tool to help ensure that large banks can support the economy during economic downturns. The test evaluates the resilience of large banks by estimating their capital levels. This is trash. All right, because number one, this is the Federal Reserve. We know the Federal Reserve was only formulated because they wanted to hold a certain amount of power. They did not want to hold, the goal was not to have all these regional banks. All right, the original goal was to have a couple of banks in the Federal Reserve that ran everything. They've always wanted the central banks to run everything, always. Okay, now all 23 banks tested remain above their minimum capital requirements during the hypothetical recession, despite total projected losses of $541 billion. Okay. This year's stress test includes a severe global recession with a 40% decline in commercial real estate prices, a substantial increase in office vacancies, and a 38% decline in house prices. The unemployment rate rises by 6.4% points to a peak of 10%, and economic output declines commensurately. Okay, now remember this. Commercial real estate is not the same market that we remember. Okay, this is a whole new world that we're moving into. Okay, malls are not doing well. Okay, online shopping is doing well. Office spaces are vacant. You can go through Atlanta, any city, these buildings are vacant. These office spaces are vacant. Why? Because people are working from home. Why do I need to pay for a brick and mortar when we have Zoom and we can meet like this right here? We can have these conversations for an hour and then we can move on and you can keep doing your work. Why would I do that? So understand that times are changing. So I wanted to pull up the stress test PDF. Okay. In this PDF, if we pay attention right here, the PDF is 51 pages. Okay, I'm going to go down to the participating banks, which is on page 3. So let's go down to page 3. So you can see what banks are included in this. This is so important, and it's imperative for everything. A total of 23 banks are participating in this year's stress test. Figure 3 shows when different bank types of banks are required to participate in the stress test. And table 2 lists the participating banks. Let's go to table 2. The participating banks that are too big to fail. And these are the banks that you will see that will be here in the next 10 years. All these regional banks will be done. Okay, check this out. Bank of America, Bank of NY Mellon, okay, Barclays, Capital One, Charles Schwab, Citigroup, right? DB USA, Goldman Sachs, Citizens Financial, JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, PNC, right? US Bank Group, right? Truist, TD, State Street, RBC, Wells Fargo. Those are your banks. And they have a risk-based category that's categorized between category 1 to category 4. We're not going to dive into that, but that's just for your knowledge. These are the banks that will continue to be around. Now, these are the banks that are now connecting with the FedNow system. They have the capabilities to connect with FedNow. FedNow goes live in 2 days. The question is, are you ready?
The world today looks very different than it did a decade ago. Smartphones and high-speed internet access have changed how quickly we expect to pay for the things we need. There are already services that let people make payments that seem instant, but many of these services provide funds to the user before the funds settle between banks. This lag in final settlement creates a buildup of interbank obligation. What's needed is a payment system designed for the real-time nature of instant payments, one that can scale as demand for these new payments grows.
Today, businesses and consumers want to send and receive money in seconds, also known as instant payments. The payments industry is working quickly to meet this demand, but the solutions aren't without growing pains. So the time for modernizing our nation's payment system is now.
That's why the Federal Reserve's work is progressing rapidly for the FedNow service, a new infrastructure for instant payments. The FedNow service is designed to exist alongside private sector options, fulfilling the Federal Reserve's historical role of promoting market competition and providing nationwide reach for payment services. The FedNow service will allow any financial institution in the U.S., regardless of size, to offer instant payments to its customers.
With the FedNow service, funds will settle between financial institutions instantaneously. End users will be able to access their funds in real time, no matter the time or the day.
This new instant payments platform will increase efficiency, improve accessibility, reduce risk, foster competition, and support resiliency. It will also position financial institutions and the customers they serve, consumers and businesses, to better manage their funds. Those who live paycheck to paycheck could face fewer overdrafts and late fees. Businesses could more easily manage their cash flow. Public service organizations could deliver instant relief in times of crisis.
All right. So everything being instantaneous. Y'all stick with me now. Stick with me. We're getting down to the end of this, and then we'll do our Q&A session, and we'll be done for today's episode, okay? If y'all are getting value right now, drop some coffee in the chat box. Just light me up one time. I know that it's a lot of info, but that's the purpose of this call, okay? Now, check this out. Kristen Robertson, okay, from Ripple, partners with Finastra. Listen to what she has to say.
Back to our show. And on today's program, we have Kristen Robertson from the fine organization called Finastra. Kristen, how are you today? Good to see you.
I'm doing just fine, Mike. Nice to see you as well.
Yay. Well, today we're talking about a super fascinating topic that I'm going to be all transparent here, that I just found out about. My gosh, I'm in the financial services industry. Why did I not know this? But anyway, I digress on that. The Federal Reserve's new payments rail called FedNow, which is going to be starting up, I think in July. Is that correct, Kristen? Somewhere
July 20th is the magic day. Where
That's the big day. Yeah. So we're talking to you today about how Finastra is going to be working with credit unions and community banks to help them prepare for what's about to happen here. But just
So Finastra is going to be working with credit unions and community banks to help them transition over into the Federal Reserve's FedNow system. She not tweeted, I believe this might be a Facebook post or LinkedIn. I think this actually is LinkedIn. I had the pleasure of chatting with Sammy Eastwood on FedNow, the Federal Reserve's bank instant payment type that goes live on July 20th. All right. So it goes live July 20th. They pushed it back. However, July 1st, don't undermine that date. There's still things that's going to be happening to go up, right? And so, in the various ways this will impact businesses and CFOs in the near future. Okay, pay attention, family, pay attention. Now, watch this. Kristen Robertson, okay, this is Finastra's website, Director, Strategic Account Executive, Team Payments and Corporate Banking over Finastra. That's what she does, okay? Now, this was their press release on June 26th, just about 3 days ago. Finastra advances its instant payment strategy with FedNow service certification. They've gotten the certification. What is Finastra? Finastra is among the first in the industry to complete testing. Finastra is a global provider of financial software applications and marketplaces. Remember, I told you all the name of this game is software. Blockchain, crypto, all of this. This is software. It's not money. It is the software behind our money, right? To speed up money, to make money cheaper. So what you're investing into when you're investing into digital assets is the software behind this stuff, okay? Software will always win. Look at Google, look at Apple, look at Samsung, look at Amazon. Software will always win, okay? Pay attention. Okay, pay attention. Now, Finastra, okay, is a Ripple partner. Manage cross-border payments easier with RippleNet via Fusion Total Messaging. This came out years ago. Today, global banks and corporations manage millions of payment messages. I want y'all to understand something. Why can't the Federal Reserve, I got a riddle for you. Why can't the Federal Reserve say we work with Ripple? What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Why do you think the Federal Reserve cannot say, hey, we're using Ripple technology. Hey, Finastra is using Ripple. Why don't you think that these companies can just come out there? Okay. And there we go. Because they're supposed to support the SEC. Exactly. Right. And so understand also that they're never going to say Ripple. Never. I don't think they'll ever say it. And the reason why is because there's something called white labeling. You can white label anything in this world. Anything can be white labeled. You go to a manufacturer, you sit down with them, you say, hey, we want you to build out this. We want to do the same thing, but we want our logo on it. That's what they're doing with these blockchain companies. It's all about white labeling. Why would they take the credibility out of the Federal Reserve by saying, yeah, Fed now, instead by saying, yeah, Ripple now? No. Fed now, but it's really Ripple now. Why? Because Fed now works with Finastra, and Finastra uses Ripple already. Come on, y'all. Ripple now. Okay? Pay attention. The largest financial market in the world, the foreign exchange market. Y'all remember when I used to call some of y'all, all right, and I'm talking, you know who I'm talking. I'm looking you in your eye. You know I'm talking to you. I used to call you about 4 years ago, and I was like, hey, there's this thing called Forex. You should learn how to trade with me, right? You should be trading. Y'all remember that era? The you should be trading era? And then y'all was like, oh, you just want me to sign up for your team so you can make, network market me. You want to network market me. That's what you want to network market me. Don't you wish you was network marketed now?
A tokenized financial system may be on the horizon with the potential to change markets. Today, the largest financial market in the world is the foreign exchange market, trading $7.5 trillion a day. How might we trade and settle FX in a tokenized world? Project Mariana ventures a look. It explores how wholesale central bank digital currencies, together with concepts borrowed from emerging decentralized finance, may improve effectiveness, safety, and transparency of FX trading and settlement. Mariana is a joint project between the BIS Innovation Hub, the Bank of France, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, and
Wait. Hey, Mr. Branch, is Michael still here? Hold up. Mr. Branch, did you just hear that? I got to bring him up. Did you just hear that? Did you hear what I just heard, Mr. Branch? Did somebody say the Monetary Authority of Singapore?
Am I on?
You're on, sir.
I believe so.
And the Monetary Authority of Singapore just came out, and you sent me this article, and we showed it maybe about, I think it was 2 episodes ago, about how Ripple is now, what is Ripple doing? What's the exact thing that Ripple's doing? I wanted to bring you up so we have the right terminology. What is Ripple doing with the Monetary Authority of Singapore right now?
They are getting ready to, they got an agreement to do something with the CBDC of Singapore on the XRP ledger.
Yes. So they're putting the central bank.
Aside from payment.
So now we have the Monetary Authority of Singapore, Mr. Branch, that is now focused on the $7.5 trillion a day market known as the foreign exchange market, which I believe you've been telling us for a long time that this was coming.
Yeah, real quick, because I got to get off.
Yes, sir.
3 years ago, I watched a video. Jim Rickards, 3 other guys. One was a heavyweight Forex trader. He said, and I quote, this was before the lawsuit. He says, in 18 months, all Forex will be settled in XRP because it's so fast. And he had been a trader for 20 plus years. And I got to go, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Branch. Hey, I appreciate that. Wow. So if y'all didn't hear him, all Forex transactions will be settled. Okay. And Mr. Branch has to get off. I appreciate your time. But all Forex transactions will be settled in XRP.
And the Swiss National Bank. How does it work? An international blockchain-based network is at the heart of the experiment. It serves as an interbank foreign exchange market for hypothetical euro, Singapore dollar, and Swiss franc wholesale CBDCs. So-called automated market makers, decentralized exchanges popular in today's DeFi markets, enable FX trading and settlement for financial institutions. Wholesale CBDCs originate from the domestic platforms. They can be transferred between the domestic platforms and the international network using bridges. A uniform technical standard for the wholesale CBDCs on the international network enables interoperability and central bank governance.
Whoa.
Project Mariana.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh my God. I love this show. Can somebody drop some coffee real quick? I don't even think y'all caught it up. Listen, what does, I asked Google, what does Mariana mean? Star of the sea. Mariana means star of the sea. Ripple, a ripple effect, right? Ripple is a small wave, right? A bunch of waves, a bunch of little ripples. Everything has something to do with water right now. I don't know, y'all. I just caught that real quick. I wanted to see what Mariana meant. All right, and that just blew my mind. All right. However, let's keep pushing forward. Bank of America said today, okay, at 7:36 a.m. on CoinDesk, this was reported, tokenization is likely to transform infrastructure and financial markets. So you have the Bank of International Settlements that's talking about Project Mariana. You have all these different projects with the IMF, the Federal Reserve. It's so much going on, y'all. Okay. Tokenization is here. Okay. Look, I got a lot. Look, Visa and SAP join forces. SAP is a Visa and SAP are Ripple partners. There's so much to show. Look, SAP produced this right here on June 15th. They're talking about on their website. This is in their blog, cross-border payments made easy with digital money. They talk about USDC. All right. They talk about Circle. They talk about fiat currency. They give you a breakdown of the SAP digital currency hub and how cross-border payments will be used. Right, guys? This is getting real. And then the very last thing I got to show before we do our Q&A is this. Built on Stellar. Okay, if you guys don't know what Stellar is another blockchain company like Ripple, like Ethereum, like Bitcoin. Stellar is partnered directly with MoneyGram. They literally have a direct partnership with MoneyGram. This is for all my new people that's just plugging in. They're partnered with USDC, which is the stable coin for the US dollar directly. And they've created a platform that's going to change the way that Argentinians have access to fiat currency.
Stellar has this wide array of assets, low fees, and the easy tooling that's necessary to build an app like Vibrant. Vibrant is a dollar stablecoin wallet based in Brooklyn, New York, that helps people in Argentina protect themselves from inflation. Brooklyn.
All right. Remember, I told y'all, Stellar, and you got to know this. Stellar is for you and me. This is for the masses. Ripple and XRP will never touch. You're so blessed. If you own XRP, you are blessed, because understand, it was never meant for us. It was meant for institutions. The one that was meant for us was XLM. Pay attention to the verbiage.
Has an incredible crypto and fintech community of talents and resources as we're building out this crypto wallet on top of the Stellar blockchain. By building on Stellar as an extension of SDF, Vibrant has been able to implement innovative features, pioneer account recovery, and overall make it easier than ever to integrate with the network. The country of Argentina faces a significant amount of inflation with their local currency, the peso. And our goal is just to help people escape that inflation and protect themselves from devaluation by giving them access to a stablecoin called USDC.
Inflation has impacted Argentines for generations, including my family, transforming Argentina into a dollarized country. Last year, in 2020, the inflation in Argentina closed at 36%. And this year, year 2021, it's projected to increase to 48%. This means that the peso can lose its value in a matter of days. This is in part why Argentines use currency exchange, and more specifically, they buy US dollars as a savings instrument.
Antes yo ahorraba, pero no llegaba a ningún lado. Era como que no, la plata, acá con el tema de la devaluación, no te sirve ahorrar de la inflación y te cagás. Guardar pesos te lo consume el minuto a minuto, de minuto a minuto esto, y el tema de la inflación no puedes hacer nada.
Due to restrictions in Argentina on the purchase of US dollars, Argentines have resorted to buying physical dollars on the street or on the black market and keeping them at home in what's called under the mattress, which is typically a drawer or what you feel is a secure location in your home, but in reality, this poses a great risk.
As an app, Vibrant allows you to load value in the form of a Argentine peso stablecoin called ARST, issued by our on and off-ramp partner in Argentina called Settle. Users then are able to swap that ARST on Stellar's decentralized exchange for USDC and protect themselves from inflation. Stellar's ecosystem standards provide these standardized ways for wallets and for on and off ramps to integrate, as well as perform compliance. We had access to asset issuers like Settle and its ARST token, which allows us to spin up an on and off ramp in Argentina right away. At Vibrant, we've seen some exciting growth. We've seen a 10x improvement in conversion rates and a 60% month over month growth in average balances.
Guys, I want to say thank you so much for being on our 115th episode of Coffee and Crypto. We're not going anywhere. This is where we do our Q&A. Honestly, this is the best time to stick around. As people are raising their hands up here on Zoom, I know today's episode was great. I know y'all have at least, one thing you learned, or loved about today's show. Would love to hear from 2 or 3 people. This is what just allows me to kind of sit back and just listen to what you all kind of picked up on today's show. So if you're feeling like it, feel free to raise your hand. If you don't know how to raise the hand feature, just drop something in the chat box of me or something like that. That way I know that you guys have something to say, but would love to just hear from some people about the show today. And while I'm waiting for some hands to raise up, I have a couple of announcements. Announcement number 1, family. Okay, announcement number 1. I have closed my Discord group. Nobody can. Pep was a politician. Something with politician. It's like I'm gonna go back and get it, and I'll also send you the video, Mr. Branch. Sorry about that. I can't remember the name. Maybe somebody knows and they can put it. There it is. Politically exposed person. That's what a PEP is. Politically exposed person. And I see your hand raised. I will call you in 1 second. Thank you so much. If anybody else wants to raise your hand, feel free. However, The Discord group is now closed. No new people can come in the Discord group. All right. Why? Because we're going to change a lot of things in our Discord group, and the price will go up once we open back up the Discord group. It will be going up. It will not be $50 anymore. So I felt like that was too cheap for the value. I have educators that I now have to pay. So, you know, if you want that value, if you want to learn how to trade, if you want to be more connected with me completely, if you want to be connected to a community of people who are serious about investing into crypto, the Discord group is a place that you're going to want to be a part of. So make sure you stay up to date. The way that you all can stay up to date is by texting me at 678-688-3251. Again, that number is 678-688-3251. Okay, 688-3251. You guys can text me on that number and just text me your first and last name, and I'll make sure that I keep you updated. What you get through being on a text message with Coffee and Crypto. Anytime we're going live, sometimes you may forget, we send you a notification to let you know that we're going live on the show. We also, if I'm doing any promotions, anything that I'm doing, we will be, you know, anything that's going on, you'll be made aware through text message. So it's always great to just be a part of the text message thread. And if you're tired of getting text messages, you can unsubscribe at any time, guys. It's no pressure at all. Another announcement is I will be replacing my full year mastery with a boot camp. Okay. It will be a 6-week boot camp where we will meet once a week. That'll be 6 times. And I'm going to help you all. So if you're a person that is new to crypto, you don't understand cryptocurrency, you don't understand how to, how to actually buy, trade, store, stake, all these things, instead of trying to teach you guys over an entire year, you don't even got that time no more. Like, we don't have a year of time anymore. We got to launch this 6-week boot camp program, and I'm planning on launching it the 2nd week of July. Okay, the price point it has already been determined in my mind. However, I'm not ready to launch all of that information yet. So if you would like access to my boot camp, I will only be taking 10 people in the boot camp, only 10 people. So, so this is not for everybody. So if it's not for you, just continue to show up to this show. But if you're someone and you know for a fact that you have not done the things you need to do within crypto, if you're new and you don't understand it and you don't feel like spending a whole year and you don't mind meeting once a week over 6 weeks, I'm going to give you homework assignments. We're going to have all types of amazing things through a 6-week boot camp. You guys can plug in with me by texting me at 678-688-3251 and text me the word boot camp. All right, text me at 678-688-3251, the word boot camp, and I will make sure I add you. Again, I don't care if 100 people message me about it. Only 10 will be selected, and I'm going to be very selective on who I work with. At this point in my career, I don't want to work with just anybody because some of y'all are headaches. I'm sorry, but some people are headaches. So if I don't choose you, it wasn't because you're a headache. I just only had 10 slots. But if you know you're a knucklehead, and you know that you're a headache, I would recommend that you get that together if you want to work with me this year. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and call on Always Epic. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to call on you and ask you to come up. I appreciate you for being on the show. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you. And this is my first time on your show. I was actually invited by Mr. Harley.
Awesome. Hey.
Yes, awesome information, by the way.
Thank you.
We learned a lot today. I am, crypto savvy-ish, but you dropped some bombs and I'm like, okay, I see. Quick question though, in regards to XRP.
Yes.
So XRP has been kind of up and down pretty much in holding the token itself. You're saying that is it still too late to keep holding the token? Or is it a good idea to just buy some tokens and hold it still, whether you're doing it in futures or if you're just buying it on a platform and just keeping the tokens?
Yeah, great question. That's absolutely amazing question. So first thing, thank you, Mr. Harley. This is his first time on the show too, and he invited you. So very, very, very happy that Mr. Harley, invited you on. Second thing, to answer your question, this is the best time for you to be accumulating. So right now we have different seasons. Right now we're in accumulation season. We're not in selling season or offloading season. So to answer your question, you want 100% and this is not financial advice because I am not your financial advisor. However, this is just what I do. What I'm doing right now is I'm accumulating. I am dollar cost averaging. I've developed myself a strategy, and all of my private students know as well. We've developed strategies together. And you know, there's a lot of them on the call right now that'll tell you that they're working on their strategies right now for dollar cost averaging. And right now is the time that you want to be trying to get as much of this asset as you possibly can, while also being mindful of diversifying into other assets as well. But yes, you want to go ahead and make sure that you are buying. I would say those are two different things. Futures is different from swing trading, long-term buying. So you want to make sure that, you know, you are buying at particular prices right now, because futures is buying at a future price point at another date. You know, you want to go ahead and get in now. You can do futures, right? That's not a problem, but you want to go ahead and get in today into these markets because you can't really dollar cost average effectively on futures, but you can dollar cost average by buying on a platform. Where you can go buy XRP right now is on Uphold. If you can't use Uphold, you can use platform like KuCoin or something like that. Just make sure that you get your crypto off the exchange and onto some form of wallet. I hope that answered your question, ma'am. Are you there? Hello? I think something might have happened to her mic.
I'm here. You can hear me?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, so if we're buying the XRP token, so to take, I have KuCoin, I have BinX, and I also have the Fox to MetaMask. So if you're buying it on one of these exchanges, it's better to buy it and also just keep it under cold storage as well.
Yeah, you want to buy it on the exchange, and then you want to send it over to a cold storage wallet of your choice.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the nuggets.
Absolutely, you're welcome. Awesome. Thank you, Miss Calhoun. I met Miss Calhoun yesterday too. All right. Can you unmute, Mom? All right. Hey, Mom.
Yes. Hi. Yes, Vincent, thanks again. This was another super great call. A lot of information that we got. I do have a question, but first I want to take the time to say thank you so much to Mr. Hurley for being here, for your support, and also for your service to us and the things that you've gone through. We really appreciate that. I do from the bottom of my heart. And Vincent, I wanted to ask, in terms of Stellar XLM, I do have some, and I know this is not financial advice, but do you think that we should go ahead and get some more XLM? Everyone should get that as well, since it is for us to hold just as much XLM as we are the XRP and the other tokens that we're getting.
Absolutely. You know, what I teach my private students, and again, when you guys do our 6-week boot camp, our Secrets to Crypto, it'll be called the Secrets of Crypto and Money 6-week boot camp. That'll be powered by Coffee and Crypto podcast. What'll end up happening is we will give you a list of about maybe 9 to 10 different assets that I'm investing into personally, and I'll also give you a dollar cost averaging strategy that I'm using. That way, based on your budget, you can also dollar cost average. XLM is one of those coins, and it's high on the list for us to be diversifying into in dollar cost averaging. So again, not financial advice for you guys to go buy any XLM. I cannot tell you XLM is going to do anything. It may go to zero, but from what I see with all of the partnerships, I don't see it going to zero. And that's why I have it inside of our altcoin, you know, a part of my altcoin dollar cost averaging strategy that I provide to our students. Hopefully that answered your question.
Yes, thank you. Thank
No
you,
problem.
it did.
All right, Mom. Love you.
Love you.
All right. Is there anybody else that has any questions, any concerns, anything you like, learned, or love from today? Feel free to raise your hand or just let me know in the chat box. We have about 1 more minute left here, and then we'll get up off this call. But I don't want to miss out on anybody that may have something that they wanted to share or say. So feel free to raise your hand or to say I have something to say in the chat box, and I will ask you to unmute. And I do appreciate y'all's engagement today. Today's call was incredible. This was a great call, man. I'm fired up for my day. Like, I'm really, really excited. Can I get the recording for today's call? Absolutely. The recording is on my YouTube channel. If you guys are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, give me 1 second. All right, let me like my own video real quick. There we go. Make sure y'all go and also like this video. Okay, make sure you like it. But I'm going to drop in the Zoom right now for anybody that's not subscribed to the YouTube question. I got you, Matt. About to call on you right now, bro. Here's my YouTube channel. Please feel free to go to the YouTube and support me by just pressing subscribe, liking the video, do a thumbs up for me. And if you want to go 1 step further, you can drop what you really like from today's episode in the comments. What did you learn from today's episode? And remember, I comment on the personally on all of the comments on YouTube. So you guys will hear from me directly. But Matt, the floor is on you, brother.
I just got a quick question for you. This is some really good news, and I think that these articles that we've gone over on a lot of your calls are extremely valuable. However, I do want to ask you a quick question. How do you feel these partnerships and everything is going to affect price? When does the price start to get affected as far as XRP?
So price starts to get affected once use is being truly used. As David Schwartz said, nobody is really, so they're all connecting to Ripple. They've done some transactions, but they've done a couple $1 million worth of transactions. So the trillions of dollars worth of transactions on these networks have not truly been hit yet. And it's because of the fact that large corporations have not started to truly use things like XRP and stuff. So what I believe is that as utility grows, as the use case grows, as more money is poured into these markets, as the trillions and quadrillions of dollars start to flow in, we should see price start to increase. Where does price go? That is something I don't get into because I can't speculate on something like XRP that has not surpassed the $3 mark since its last all-time high in 2017. So, for me, I know for a fact that we should see another $3 XRP and we'll go above, but how far above, saying $100,000? I know that we have our own beliefs, but I mean, logically speaking, I like to compare it to maybe the stock market. You don't see the stock market with stocks that are, $50,000 a coin. I think Bitcoin might have been just one of those supernatural type of things. Do I believe XRP has the potential to do it? Absolutely, because if Bitcoin did it without the utility, I believe that XRP has the potential to do it. But there's also some things that if you look at the tokenomics of XRP versus the tokenomics of Ethereum and the tokenomics of Bitcoin, I can understand how the argument states that, based on tokenomics, based on a total supply of coins and stuff like that, the total supply of coins is larger for XRP than Bitcoin. So, and Ethereum. And so with that being said, with total supply, if you look at that, a lot of it really makes me concerned in regards to false hopes that people have of XRP going to thousands of dollars. So that's why we say you want to accumulate a lot of it right now while it's pennies. That way, even if it goes to $10, $100, $50, you are able to build some form of wealth for yourself. And guess what? If it go to $1,000, $10,000, then guess what? Hey, God is good, right? But at the end of the day, I do believe that there's a lot of speculation of price out there, Matt, that is kind of ridiculous. And I think it's a lot of hopium in the market. And logically speaking, I could definitely see XRP hitting $5 or $10, definitely $10. And I would say, guys, don't let hopium make you hold your asset and miss out at the $10 price because of you not being grateful that it's not at $100. Guys, I have a plan to exit a certain percentage of my portfolio at $10 for XRP. I am going to be grateful, and I'm going to take that money and I'm going to go do something, and I'm going to flip it in real estate. I'm going to do something. I'm going to build my business. I'm going to do something with that money, but I'm not going to sell everything, right? And so that's why we say right now is accumulation season. I hope that answered your question, Matt.
It did. Thank you. I appreciate you, man.
No problem. How you? It's good to see you, Matt. Man, let's catch up soon, man. Awesome. So with that being said, I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in to Coffee and Crypto, the 115th episode. I feel amazing. Hopefully you do as well. Make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up button on our YouTube channel, and we will see y'all at the beaches and the banks of the world. Let's get it.